very good singer.
Hello and welcome. This is Ayesha Khan, your UGC NET English educator at Super Coaching by Testbook. Welcome to another session. We're going to solve questions of post-1945 novelists today. In today's session, we're going to solve questions from the novelists who come after 1945 or the novels that were published after 1945. Hanji, chaliye, we'll wait for everybody to join in and then we'll begin with today's session. Welcome to another session. Questions of post. Hanji, start joining. Okay, let's begin with the first question. The first question which says, Hanji, the first question which says, which 1945 novel reflects the events leading up to the Russian Revolution of 1917 and then into the Stalinist era of the Soviet Union? You have to tell the name of the novel. Hanji. Good afternoon, Tony. Good afternoon, Dance with Jess. Good afternoon, Dance with Jess. चलिए, good afternoon, everyone. हाँ जी, चलो start कर देते हैं with the first question. The first question, as you can see on your screens, is हाँ जी. अच्छा, पहले confirm कर दीजिए. Is my audio not clear? Is it clear enough? Question 1, which 1945 novel reflects events leading up to the French Revolution of the Russian Revolution of 1917 and into the Stalinist era of the Soviet Union? हाँ जी. It's clear, thank you. Okay, it's clear. ठीक है. चलिए start answering the first question. It's an easy question. You have to name the novel. Was it 1984? Was it Animal Farm? Was it Homage to Catalonia? Or was it The Road to Wigan Pier? Which one is the correct answer? Okay. So Ishita thinks the answer should be 1984. Okay. The rest of you, what do you think? Hanji, start answering. This is our very first question. A novel by George Orwell. The novel is written by George Orwell. Hanji. Hanji, start answering the question. Animal Farm, or is it 1984? Is it Homage to Catalonia, or is it The Road to Wigan Pier? Which one is the correct answer? Okay, so most of you think the answer is 1984 or Animal Farm. Answer देख लेते हैं. The answer to this question is Animal Farm, right? 1984 is also a novel by George Orwell. In fact, all these works are by George Orwell. But the correct answer is Animal Farm, right? Animal Farm, which was a novel published in the year 1945, and it's a satirical, allegorical novel. It's a beast fable. So we have characters who are anthropomorphic, basically animals who can speak, who can act like humans. That's Animal Farm for you. It's an allegory of the Russian Revolution of the year 1917. The author, of course, is George Orwell. Chaliye, next question is going to ask you, for which of the given novels by William Golding was awarded the Booker Prize? William Golding won the Booker Prize. What was the name of the novel for which he won that prize? Hanji, start answering. Hanji, people, start answering. For which novel did William Golding win the Booker Prize? William Golding. Okay, Tony thinks the answer is 8, Lord of the Flies. ठीक है, okay. ठीक है, start answering. Okay. Okay, one of you thinks the answer should be Lord of the Flies, the rest of you think the answer should be Rites of Passage. All these novels are actually works by William Golding. You have to tell me the name of the one novel for which Golding was awarded the Booker Prize. Right. Chaliye, let's look at the answer then. The answer is Rites of Passage. Rites of Passage was a novel by William Golding. The novel was published in the year 1980. The novel is actually one of the novels of a complete trilogy by William Golding. The trilogy was called To the Ends of the Earth. The three novels were Rites of Passage, Close Quarters and Fire Down Below, right? हमारी जो Booker Prize winning novel है वो इस trilogy की first novel है. The novel is called Rites of Passage. The year was 1980. The year was 1980. Chaliye, let's look at the next question. The next question asks, Rushdie's novel, Salman Rushdie's novel, Midnight's Children, did not win, did not being the keyword here, did not win which of the following awards? Which of the following awards was not awarded to the novel Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie? Was it the Booker Prize, the Pulitzer Prize, the James Tate Black Memorial Prize or the Booker of Bookers? सलमान रुश्दी की नॉवल मिडनाइट चिल्ड्रन ने इनमें से कौन सा अवार्ड नहीं जीता था इज व्हाट यू हैव टू टेल मी. हाँ जी, स्टार्ट आंसरिंग प्लीज. गुड आफ्टरनून रंजीत, गुड आफ्टरनून. ठीक है, टोनी थिंक्स द आंसर शुड बी सी और डी, जेम्स स्टेट ब्लैक मेमोरियल प्राइज और बुकर ऑफ द बुकर्स. ओके ओके, ठीक है, वील लेट एवरीबडी आंसर. ओके, ठीक है, देख लेते हैं फिर आंसर देख लेते हैं इस क्वेश्चन का. द आंसर इज Pulitzer Prize. Midnight Children was awarded the Booker Prize. It was also awarded the Booker of the Bookers, the Booker of the Bookers Award, and it was awarded the James Tate Black Memorial Prize, right? This is Midnight Children by Salman Rushdie, a novel which was published in 1981, right? And it has a protagonist, the narrator is called Salim Sinai. It's a loose allegory of the whole 1947 independence that India got, right? The novel was awarded the Booker Prize in 1981. It was also awarded the Best of the Booker Prize, the Booker of the Booker Prize, twice, not just once, but twice in 1993 and 2008. That's Midnight Children for you by Salman Rushdie. The protagonist, the narrator is Salim Sinai. A very, very important novel about partition of India, post-independence India. Chaliye, a novel that fits into the genre of magic realism. Chaliye, we'll move on to the next question. The next question says, which novel by Julian Barnes explores the life of Tony Webster and the idea, the unreliability of memory? Which novel? The novel has been written by Julian Barnes. The author is Julian Barnes, and it talks about the way how human memory is unreliable, not very good to depend upon. The novels, the options are Sense of an Ending, Flaubert's Parrot, Arthur and George, or England, England. Chaliye, I start answering. The author is Julian Barnes. Okay. So most of you are saying the answer should be The Sense of an Ending. The Sense of an Ending is what most of you are saying. ठीक है, और बताइए, the rest of you, what do you think? जूलियन बार्न्स की कौन सी नॉवल है जिनके जो कैरेक्टर हैं उनका नाम है टोनी वेबस्टर, और नॉवल किस बारे में बात करती है? इट्स अबाउट द आइडिया दैट ह्यूमन मेमोरी, द वे वी रिमेंबर थिंग्स, इज़ वेरी अनरिलायबल. इट्स नॉट वेरी गुड टू डिपेंड अपॉन, right? It's not always true. It won't always remind you of the correct things that happened in the past. That's the idea here. हाँ जी. ठीक है, let's look at the answer then. The answer is the sense of an ending. Whoever said the sense of the ending is actually the correct answer. The sense of the ending, the answer A. Ranjit also says A. Good. That's the correct answer. The sense of the ending is a 2011 novel, a fairly recent novel. 2011 novel written by the British author Julian Barnes. We have a protagonist named Tony Webster, and the novel explores the ideas of memory and the process of aging. The process of aging, right? These are the two concerns of the novel, The Sense of an Ending by Julian Barnes. Chaliye. Let's look at the next question. The next question says, oranges are not the only fruits, not the only fruit, is a semi-autobiographical novel by which British author? You have to name the author of this particular novel. The novel is called Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit. Is it John Winterson, Alice Smith, Pat Barker, or Sarah Waters? हाँ जी. Oranges are not the only fruit. Good afternoon, Akash. Good afternoon. Chaliye, start answering questions and Akash thinks it's A, Ishita thinks it's A, Janet Winterson, okay, ठीक है. Janet, okay, everybody. Tony also thinks it's A, ठीक है. Jess also thinks it's A, ठीक है. Then answer देख लेते हैं. Answer indeed is Janet Winterson. A very important novel. ये एक semi autobiographical novel है. Basically क्या है? Semi autobiographical का मतलब क्या होता है? It will have some aspects of the autobiography, the actual life of the author, right? The author is Janet Winterson, ठीक है. It's about a lesbian growing up in England Pentecostal community, right? That's your novel. Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit. It was also the author's first novel. Next question is, which novel by Hilary Mantel? Hilary Mantel being one of the very few writers who has won 2 Bookers, by the way, right? Hilary Mantel, which one novel by Hilary Mantel depicts the life of Thomas Cromwell in the court of King Henry VIII. Thomas Cromwell in the court of King Henry VIII. Which of these novels by Hilary Mantel talks about Thomas Cromwell and shows him in the court of the King Henry VIII? Wolf Hall, Beyond Back, Flood, or a place of greater safety? A place of greater safety. हाँ जी, start answering. Okay, Jess thinks the answer should be Wolf Hall. Wolf Hall. ठीक है, the rest of you keep answering. हाँ जी, हिलरी मैंटल जो एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट ब्रिटिश ऑथर हैं, उनकी एक कौन सी नॉवल है जिसमें थॉमस क्रॉमवेल फीचर होते हैं एंड ही इज शोन इन द कोर्ट ऑफ किंग हेनरी VIII? Is it Wolf Hall? All these works are actually by Hilary Mantel, right? हाँ जी. Okay, ठीक है. तो आंसर देख लेते हैं. The answer to this question indeed is Wolf Hall. That's the correct answer. Wolf Hall, which was a novel which was published in 2009. It's a historical fiction novel, right? Historical novel that also won the Booker. See, it's one of the novels that won the Booker, ठीक है, by Hilary Mantel. The novel, through the novel, we enter Tudor court through the eyes of Thomas Cromwell, who was the infamous minister in the court of King Henry VIII. King Henry VIII. Chaliye, let's move on to the next question. The next question asks, the author of Life of Pi. Now I expect everybody to know the answer to this question at least. The author of Life of Pi, a novel about the boy stranded on a lifeboat with a Bengal tiger. You have to tell me the novel's name. Is it, the author's name. Is it Jan Martel? Is it Zadie Smith? Is it Julian Barnes? Or is it Ian McEwan? Hanji. Life of Pi का आपको author बताना है, simply. Life of Pi, which is a very famous novel, also has been made into a movie of the same name. It stars Irfan Khan, the famous Indian actor, right? इनका author कौन था? इस novel का author कौन था? Was it Jan Martel, Zadie Smith, Julian Barnes, or Ian McEwan? हाँ जी. Okay, Tony says A, Jan Martel. Ishita Ranjit, everything, the answer is A. Jan Martel is the answer, is what you're saying? ठीक है, देख लेते हैं आंसर. The answer to this question indeed is Jan Martel. Jan Martel wrote a novel called Life of Pi. It was published in the year 2001. Martel is a Canadian writer, right? The novel is about a boy who survives 227 days after a shipwreck while stuck on a lifeboat in the Pacific Ocean with a Bengal tiger, and the tiger is named, the name of the tiger here becomes very important. The tiger is named Richard Parker. Richard Parker. That's Life of Pi for you. Life of Pi. Important novel by a Canadian author. Life of Pi. The publication year was 2001. The tiger is named Richard Parker. हाँ जी. Chaliye, we'll move on to the next question. The next question says, Atonement, which is a novel by Ian McEwan, Atonement is primarily set during which historical period? Is it set during the First World War, the Second World War, the Cold War, or the Victorian period? Atonement, a novel by Ian McEwan, is set during which historical period? Was it set during the First World War, or World War II, or Cold War, or the Victorian era? हाँ जी. Atonement by Ian McEwan. Ian McEwan, who is also the author of Amsterdam. He is also the author of Enduring Love. Also the author of Amsterdam, Enduring Love. Saturday. Saturday is another important novel by Ian McEwan. Saturday, Enduring Love, Amsterdam. We of course have Atonement. Atonement. These are all novels by Ian McEwan. You have to tell me Atonement जो novel है उसकी setting क्या है, कौन सा historical period में novel set है. Okay, World War II. Somebody is saying World War II. Okay, ठीक है. Somebody is saying answer should be B. World War II again. ठीक है. Okay, okay. ठीक है. चलिए फिर let's look at the answer of this question. The answer to this question indeed is World War II. ये जो novel है इसकी setting है around the time of World War II, right? World War II US के time पर set है. The novel was published in 2001, written by Ian McEwan, of course. It is set in 3 time periods. We have a setting of 3 time periods. One of those time periods is World War II, the Second World War. The other 2 time periods are during 1935 England and during the present day England, right? It was also shortlisted for the 2001 Booker Prize for Fiction. Shortlisted for the fiction, it did not win the Booker, right? But it was shortlisted for Booker. That's Ian McEwan. The novel is called Atonement. Atonement. Chaliye, let's move on to the next question. The next question is, which novel by Martin Amis? Martin Amis and Ian McEwan, 2 novelists, both of them were good friends also. So which novel by Martin Amis explores the life of John Self, a hedonistic and self-destructive filmmaker? At the center of this novel, we have a protagonist. The character is called John Self. What is the novel which features this character? The novel has been written by Martin Amis. Martin Amis, who was the son of another famous novelist, Kingsley Amis. Kingsley Amis. Kingsley Amis, who was a friend of Philip Larkin, the poet Philip Larkin. Hanji, start answering the question. Okay, Jess thinks it's money. Okay, Akash thinks it's A. Money again, theek hai, okay. Ranjit thinks the answer should be D. The Rachel Papers, Money, London Fields, The Information and the Rachel Papers, all these novels actually are by Martin Amis. And the correct answer to this question, the correct novel which has a character named John Self in a novel by Martin Amis, the novel is Hanji Debashish, it's okay. Start answering the questions. हाँ जी, please remember this particular fact also. He was the son of Martin Amis, was the son of Kingsley Amis. I think Martin Amis passed away fairly recently, a couple of years, like last year or last to last year. Martin Amis, very important author. हाँ जी, the answer to this question is Money. Money has a character whose name is John Self, and he's a self-destructive character, right? Money, which was published in 1984. Look at the subtitle of Money. The subtitle of the novel Money is A Suicidal Note. The complete title is Money, A Suicidal Note, published in 1984. The novelist was Martin Amis. The character, the protagonist, is John Self. He narrates his own story, and he is a film director who is addicted to the 20th century, a destructive, he has self-destructive tendencies. That's John Self. The novel is Money. Chaliye, let's move on to the next question. Yes, Kingsley Amis, who wrote Lucky Gem. That's very, very nice. Good. Lucky Gem लिखी है हमारे Kingsley Amis ने लिखी है. The novel was called Lucky Gem, and Kingsley Amis was friends with Philip Larkin. चलो next question पर आ जाते हैं. Next question says, name the first Bulgarian language novel to both be nominated for the book International Booker and to win the International Booker. Very, very important question. Very, very important question. 2 years ago, this novel, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, this novel was awarded the International Booker Prize for the first Bulgarian novel ever to be nominated, and it also ended up winning, right? This is a Bulgarian novel originally written by a certain author and then translated into English by another author, right? So you have to tell me the name of the novel. Is it Time Shelter? Is it Kairos? Is it Tomb of Sand? Or is it Assassination? I hope you people are familiar with this title and who is the author of this title. Tomb of Sand. Tomb of Sand. अच्छा, पहले ये बता दीजिए, who is the author of Tomb of Sand? Tomb of Sand. You should know the novel Tomb of Sand. The novel also won the International Booker Prize. Hanji, Jess says Gitanjali Shri. That's the very correct answer. Gitanjali Shri. Much like the novel that we are going to talk about here, was the first Bulgarian language novel to win the International Booker. हमारी जो Tomb of Sand है by Gitanjali Shri was the first novel written in an Indian language, written in Hindi, and which won the International Booker. This novel was then translated into English by Daisy Rockwell. So what happens in case of International Booker Prizes is, the novel originally is not written in English, it is translated into English by some other author, right? And the prize is divided equally between the writer and the translator, ठीक है? तो ये आपको पता लग गया, इंडियन ऑथर है, उनका बुक का नाम है टूम्ब ऑफ सैंड. इंडियन जो हिंदी टाइटल है वो है रेत समाधि, ठीक है? तो अब ये ऑप्शन तो हम एलिमिनेट कर देते हैं. यू आर लेफ्ट विथ 3 ऑप्शंस, टाइम शेल्टर, कायरोस और असैसिनेशन. चलिए अब बता दीजिए. Akash says no idea. Tony says the answer could be Kairos. Kairos also won the International Booker. It is this year actually it won the International Booker. It's not a Bulgarian language novel though, but it has won the International Booker. This particular year 2024 का जो International Booker Prize है, that has been awarded to Kairos. हाँ जी. So definitely आपको ये दोनों तो answers नहीं है. आप बताओ A और D, Time Shelter और Assassination. Okay. Harry thinks the answer should be D, Assassination. Okay, no, the answer is actually Time Shelter, which was written by Georgy Gospodinov. The year was 2020. In 2023, the English translation was, it was translated in English by Angela Rodel, and it won the International Booker Prize. It became the first Bulgarian language novel which was nominated for the International Booker and ended up winning the Booker also, right? The translator's name also becomes important. The translator is Angela Rodel. Okay, that's Time Shelter for you. So please remember, 2023 International Booker went to a novel called Time Shelter, right? And 2024 Same prize went to Kairos. Kairos, which is a novel written in German language. This one is written by a Bulgarian writer. Important things to remember. Chaliye, next question. We come to the next question. The next question says, which Margaret Atwood novel features a protagonist whose name is Offred and she navigates through a totalitarian society? It's a dystopian novel by Margaret Atwood. We have a character named Offred, and she goes through, she navigates, she makes her way through a totalitarian society. Is it The Handmaid's Tale? Is it Elias Grace? Is it The Blind Assassin or Oryx and Crake? All these novels actually were written by Atwood, have been written by Atwood, the Canadian author, fairly popular author, right? At least two of these have been, they have movie adaptations or film adaptations, show adaptations. Hanji, Offred. Offred features in which of these novels? Offred character hoti hai in which of these novels by Margaret Atwood? The Handmaid's Tale, Elias Grace, The Blind Assassin or Oryx and Crake? It's a very dark novel to get through, to read. Dystopian setting hai, of course, isliye. Hanji, Margaret Atwood. Okay, so we have Jess who thinks the answer is Handmaid's Tale. Devashish thinks the same. Tony thinks the answer could be either A or C. Either The Handmaid's Tale or The Blind Assassin. Acha, theek hai. Or this particular novel, by the way, has a movie, a Netflix series adaptation. It's a mini series adaptation by Netflix, right? Elias Grace. This also has been adopted into a show recently. Hanji. The answer is, Ranjit thinks the answer is A, Ishita says A, Akash says A. Let's look at the answer, then answer dekh lete hain. Is question ka the answer indeed is Handmaid's Tale. Handmaid's Tale, a novel by Margaret Atwood, has a character named Offred. The setting is a totalitarian society. The genre is dystopian novel. Dystopian futuristic novel, right? It's a dystopian futuristic novel by Margaret Atwood. Margaret Atwood, who wrote the novel Handmaid's Tale, it was written by her and published in 1985. We have the central character, the protagonist, whose name is Offred, and she is not just the character, she's also the narrator and one of the handmaids in the novel Handmaid's Tale. She's one of the handmaids. ठीक है? Hanji. That's The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. She's also the author of Surfacing and the Edible Women. Very nice, Hanji. That's very correct. She's also the author of देख ही लेते हैं. She's the author of Handmaid's Tale, Elias Grace, The Blind Assassin, Oryx and Crake. Hanji, what were the other novels you were talking about? Surfacing, definitely Surfacing is another novel by Atwood, and then we have The Edible Women. The Edible Women. These 6 novels have been written by, there's more to her literary output, but these are novels by Margaret Atwood. Margaret Atwood. Hanji, I hope you got most of the answers correct, because all these novelists are fairly recent novelists. They're actively writing. Some of them do actually still get works published, right? Still gets work written and published. ठीक है. That covers some, not all, but that covers some of our novelists from post-1945 era, right? We'll continue with the rest of the questions in the masterclass at 2 p.m. today. Make sure to join me there, right? So what we'll do is we'll take these questions there, and the rest of the authors we'll cover in that masterclass. Chaliye, thank you for joining, everyone. This has been a nice session, an interesting session. Please make note of all the things that we've learned in today's session, and I'll see you very soon. Chaliye. Okay, have a good day. All right, people, have a good day.